be back with all of you. I want to acknowledge, first of all, Chair of the CBC, Barbara Lee, for the outstanding work that she has done this year. Somebody who not only is a passionate defender of our domestic agenda, but also somebody who knows more about our foreign policy than just about anybody on the Hill. The Chair of the CBC Foundation, Donald Payne. Thank you. Our ALC conference co-chairs, Elijah Cummings and Diane Watson, thank you. Dr. Elsie Scott, President and CEO of the CBC Foundation, thank you for your outstanding work. We've got a couple of very special guests here today. I want to give a shout out to my friend, somebody who all of us rely on for his wisdom, his steadiness, the House Majority Whip, Jim Clyburn. A couple of folks who are working tirelessly in my cabinet, the Attorney General of the United States, Eric Holder, is in the House. The woman who's charged with implementing health care reform, HHS Secretary Kathleen Sebelius, is here. Our United States Trade Representative, Ambassador Ron Kirk, is here. And obviously, it is a great honor to have been able to speak backstage to this year's Phoenix Award honorees, Judith Jameson, Harry Belafonte, Sheila Oliver, Simeon Booker. Thank you for everything that you've done for America. I know you spent a good deal of time during CBC weekend talking about a whole range of issues and talking about what the future holds, not just for the African American community, but for the United States of America. I've been spending some time thinking about that too. And at this time of great challenge, one source of inspiration is the story behind the founding of the Congressional Black Caucus. I want us to all take a moment and remember what was happening 40 years ago when 13 black members of Congress decided to come together and form this caucus. It was 1969. More than a decade had passed since the Supreme Court decided Brown versus Board of Education. It had been years since Selma and Montgomery, since Dr. King had told America of his dream. All of it culminating in the passage of the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. The founders of this caucus could look back and feel pride in the progress that had been made. They could feel confident that America was finally moving in the right direction. But they knew they couldn't afford to rest on their laurels. They couldn't be complacent. There were still too many inequalities to be eliminated, too many injustices to be overturned, too many wrongs to be right. That's why the CBC was formed, to right wrongs, to be the conscience of the Congress. And the very first CBC day, the great actor and activist, Ossie Davis, told the audience America was at a crossroads. And although his speech was magnificent and eloquent, he boiled his message down to a nice little phrase when it came to how America would move forward. He said, it's not the man, it's the plan. It's not the man, it's the plan.
Your head.
That was true 40 years ago. It is true today. We all understood that during my campaign. This wasn't just about electing a black president. It was about a plan to rescue our economy and rebuild it on a new foundation. Statistics just came out this week. From 2001 to 2009, the income of middle-class families in this country went down 5%. Think about that. People's incomes during that period, when the economy was growing, went down 5%. That's what our agenda was about, making sure that we were changing that pattern. It was about giving every hard-working American a chance to join a growing and vibrant middle class and giving people ladders and steps to success. It was about putting the American dream within the reach of all Americans, not just some, no matter who we are, no matter what you look like, no matter where you come from. Everybody should have access to the American dream. I don't have to tell you, we're not there yet. This historic recession, the worst since the Great Depression, has taken a devastating toll on all sectors of our economy. It's hit Americans of all races and all regions and all walks of life. But as has been true often in our history, as has been true in other recessions, this one came down with a particular vengeance on the African American community. It added to problems that a lot of neighborhoods have been facing long before the storm of this recession. Long before this recession, were black men and women throughout our cities and towns who've given up looking for a job. Kids standing around on the corners without any prospects for the future. Long before this recession, there were blocks full of shuttered stores that hadn't been opened in generations. So yes, this recession made matters much worse, but the African American community has been struggling for quite some time. It's been a decade in which progress has stalled. And we know that repairing the damage, climbing our way out of this recession, we understand it will take time. It's not going to happen overnight. But what I want to say to all of you tonight is that we've begun the hard work of moving this country forward. We are moving in the right direction. When I took office, our economy was on the brink of collapse. So we acted immediately, and the CDC acted immediately, and we took steps to stop the financial meltdown and our economic freefall, and now our economy is growing again. The month I was sworn in, we had lost 7